David Harris again from the 2016 CSCCa Conference in Fort Worth, Texas. We have an opportunity to talk to really a legend in the strength and conditioning industry, Coach Tommy Moffitt, who's the head strength coach at LSU. Personally, this is a great opportunity for me. I'm much looking forward to meeting you in person, so I want to enjoy these 10 minutes. Coach Moffitt, I know, you have a background with Miami, Tennessee, LSU for a long time. You've won championships wherever you've been. I'd love for you to spend a little bit of time, if you could, just to talk to coaches about what you believe it takes for a strength and conditioning program to contribute to a championship organization.
Well, the first thing, you have to have great players. So it helps if the assistant coaches are out on the road recruiting good players. If they're bringing you Chevrolets, then you can give them a souped-up Chevrolet. But if they're bringing you Porsches and Lamborghinis, then you're able to give them back souped-up Porsche or Lamborghini. So that helps. Then I think it's important that you develop a culture first, a culture of hard work, attention to detail, and in a disciplined atmosphere. And once you develop that culture, then you're able to do a lot of other things that go into that. But having a good, strong culture of hard work and dedication is more important than anything.
And you've been at LSU for a while now.
Yes.
How have you been able to maintain that focus on that culture that you described?
Well, yeah, first of all, it's by having great assistant coaches. We've been blessed at LSU to really be able to recruit and train and then place some really good assistant coaches. And had it not been for a lot of the guys that are head strength coaches now and assistants all over the place, we certainly wouldn't have had this, the same success that we had. So that's number one. And number two is just, trying to stay up on, some of the current philosophies and techniques in strength and conditioning. There's so much out there with your website, Strength Performance Network, YouTube, and now Instagram. There's just so much information that is available to the strength coaches now that it wasn't available a long time ago. You had to do it by U.S. mail. So it's really fun for me to research, different things and try them out on a limited basis, because, we don't suddenly change our philosophy for the next thing that just came down the pipe. But we experiment with a lot of new stuff, and we take our time, and we're patient with it. And when we've decided that it's worthy, then we'll implement it. And that type of stuff keeps me hungry.
One of the themes that we've noticed as we talk to coaches who've been in the industry a long time is desire to kind of pass it on and to really mentor young coaches. I know, looking at the lineage that kind of history.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about your philosophy and your...
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be where I am today without guys like Johnny Parker and Al Miller and Al Vermeil and Gail Hatch and Coach John Stuckey, who was my first collegiate boss, my strength coach. And those people back then, you had to write questions on a piece of paper and mail it, and then wait weeks or months before it came back to you. In fact, Coach Johnny Parker, I used to write questions and mail to him, and he would take that piece of paper that I wrote my question on and write my answers out and then mail them back to him. So we do. We owe it to the young strength coaches. And, we've kind of got a formula that we use to recruit. We're constantly recruiting young interns, graduate assistant coaches, and bringing them in and then training them. And I tell them, the first thing I tell them is, the LSU way is not the only way, but it's our way. And it's certainly not the only way to train, not just football, but baseball, track and field, swimming, diving, volleyball. But it's how we do it. And not that the way you did it before you came here or the way you do when you leave is not correct. But, we've developed a system of training our athletes and training our coaches. And we have a lot of fun. I mean, our staffs have always been real tight. In fact, Ryan Philo, who left this winter to go to the University of Texas at San Antonio, is getting married in Baton Rouge on Saturday. And a bunch of our, former coaches, Paul Jackson from Ole Miss and some of his staff members that were interns a long time ago are coming in for the wedding. So, we've maintained, a good, strong friendship after they've left. And that's important.